Uh-oh.
Hey everybody, it's Kenny Lloyd. Hey, and I'm here back home in the great state of Texas. Man, it's so good to be back home. But you know what? Fortunately, and I'm not going to say unfortunately, but fortunately, I'm only here for a few days because you know what? We still have a lot of work to do. Headed back out of town in a couple of days. But listen, I just want to share with you all, man. We had an incredible week in Miami. I mean, the energy was so high, and I personally want to shout out to the crew in Miami who really helped facilitate that event. I mean, it was just, I mean, every event gets bigger and better, and that's the way it's supposed to be. I mean, we had incredible speakers, but listen, I mean, we have some things planned, guys, that are really going to take us to the next level, man. And I don't want to sound like, you know, it's like it's cliche, but you have to, when you really pay attention to the kind of people that are joining us and the things that are happening around us. And if you really become a historian of the industry, you really can tell, like when a company goes from 150 mil to 250 mil, there's a set of things that always happen. And I'm telling you, the things that are happening to us now are the things that happen to every company when they go to the next level. I was listening to T.D. Jakes, and T.D. Jakes said that, you know, before you go to the next level, there's always a purging. You know, and it's a beautiful thing, and it's biblical. So the beautiful thing about it is that what we're going through now is incredible because you know that this is what you go through when you get ready to have a breakthrough. So I'm very excited about everything that's happening. So, you know, listen, Jack and I have been really talking, and I'm going to tell you that the thing I love about Jack is that I don't care what you call him with. He's never going to talk negatively. He's always optimistic. You know, he's always very positive. You got to understand in his role, he encounters a lot of BS every day. I mean, you know, dealing with merchant accounts, dealing with, you know, right, Jack?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, dealing with distributors calling them because it would be easy for him to insulate himself from the field. But we have a CEO that gets on Facebook, that responds to people on Facebook, that takes calls. So, you know, he's not insulated from the field, and this is why one of the reasons we have the success we have, because he, in addition to me, has his finger on the pulse of the field because he interacts with the field. But you know what? I've said enough. This is really Jack's night. Jack really felt compelled to do this. I mean, he called me for 3 nights in a row. You know, I mean, I got back from Miami. At least he got back and, I mean, just passed out. You know, and those of you all who were in Miami, if you really saw Jack at the National and Above event, you saw that he was spent. But you know what? He refused to leave. But he was obviously spent. Got back home, finally got a little rest, and he's back up, man, recharged, and he's ready to go. I got back home a day after him, unfortunately, because he's recharged and he's, you know, commissioning me to do all these things, and I haven't had any sleep. But you know what? Mine's is coming. Sleep is for the weak. But it gives me great pleasure to really to work along with Jack, and I really want to bring him to the line because he really has some things he wants to talk about. We had a deep conversation about where we are, our leadership, but I'm going to let him talk about that. So it gives me great pleasure to bring to the line our CEO, Jack Fallon.
Thank you, Ken. Yeah, Miami was amazing. But tonight's going to be a little different. We just want to give a clear-cut message. It's going to be short and sweet. Everyone's just been working so darn hard, I mean, around the world for TLC. And, you know, action is so much louder than words. I mean, our leadership is amazing. And I just want to give a shout-out to all of our leadership. When we were building this company in the basement, day in and day out, I really realized fast that you could have the best products, you could have the best pay plan in the world, but if you don't have true leadership, your company will go nowhere. And it's proven itself time in and time out. I mean, we've seen mediocre companies with mediocre pay plans and not so good products, but they had leadership. And we are just so blessed and honored and humbled to work with the leadership we have. So this is really a message to our leadership. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart, because what you guys are doing is you're sending a message across the world, not even just in network marketing, but really in people's lives that are saying you can change. There is something better for you. And you guys are staying true. We're staying tight as a family. We're doing what we need to do on a monthly basis and a weekly basis. I mean, we've been so darn busy, we forgot to announce that we've had 3 record months in a row. I mean, when I heard John Licari say that, I said, hey, don't you think that's some good information to share with everyone? But everyone's so busy. We don't even have time to celebrate our celebrations. I mean, we were picked number 2 month in and month out, the fastest growing company, the most momentum company. I mean, these are polls that we have no, they're random polls, but everybody is noticing TLC, and it's because of our leadership. It truly is. It doesn't matter what product we bring out. It doesn't really matter what the heck we do at the comp plan. Leadership drives this thing, and I appreciate every leader that we have. I don't care if you just got started today. I don't care if you've been with us for 4 years. Know that you're appreciated. That's the nuts and bolts of a company. It truly is in this industry. And let's face it, we've probably had about 4 companies that have really spun off from TLC. You know, they looked at what we've had. They were part of our company one way or another, and they said, man, this is too easy. We could go get Chaga. We could go get Cano. We could go get NutriBurst, and we'll be just as successful as TLC. And it's just not true because they don't have the leadership. They don't have the Kenny Lloyds, the Team USAs, the Scotts, the Sanisha Grahams, the Mon Colemans, the Stormy, the Twyler's. I mean, there's so many names. I don't want to name all names because you always forget, you know, the Dana Newsoms, the Sandra Pittmans that are coming up through the ranks. That's what makes a company. There's probably been about 4 companies that have tried to duplicate our success, and I can even, you know, give you their websites because no one's been able to because they don't really know what it takes. You can go get our products. You can go get and try to duplicate our pay plan and even try to make it better, but that's not what it's about. It's about leadership. It's about personal development. And that's why I wanted to send this message tonight to let our leaders know that I appreciate everything you've done and what you're going to do because you're making the world a better place. So I do appreciate you. We have so many new things coming down the pipeline, and we're just chomping at the bit to release them because it's exciting. We will always reinvent ourselves. You will never see TLC the way it is today. It's never going to be the same as it is going to be next month, and so on and so forth. Because that's the success that you need to have in this business is reinventing yourself constantly, making things better, making products better. That's really what it's all about. Kenny's mentioned some things, but I truly believe, and I always relate things to this, TLC is going to the Super Bowl. There's no doubt about it. We have probably a core group that believe in it and want it. And that's not for everybody in this industry. It's truly not. The Super Bowl to us right now has become a billion-dollar company. And it's not just words. We literally have a plan in place, and we're acting on it on a daily basis to get to that mark. That's why I go to all these seminars and spend my time with CEOs that have been there, done that, and I learn from them. Because I'm not going to drive this ship without any experience. I call on them. I call on consultants. I have no ego. We call on attorneys. We call on everybody that's going to help us get there because the way I see it, it's all of our goals, but it's my job to put the right people on the field to take us to the Super Bowl. It's really that simple. And to get there, it takes time, but like Kenny mentioned, we're going through what it does take to get there. The people that want to do this and know the goal are popping their head out and say, I'm on this team. I know where it's going. I want to be a part of it. Atlanta is big. And the reason being is because that's where we're really going to launch a lot of new things. We want people to get there. The location's perfect. I think all the prices to get there are perfect. So please get there. I mean, we have Uno 3. That's a major event as well. Please come and join that. You know, even if you don't have any downline down there, just come and join the festivities. Be a part of it. It's a great location, Punta Cana. Again, we're getting together as a family. You know, even if you could spend a day or two, I think you'll definitely enjoy it. It's all inclusive. But other than that, we have so many new announcements for Atlanta. Make sure you get to Atlanta. It's a major event for us. We've done so many things in Atlanta. Atlanta's sort of been like our good luck charm. A lot of positive things came out of Atlanta and continue to do that. So get to Atlanta. You're going to enjoy it, and you're going to see the second half of 2016 come alive for us. Because there's quarters and there's times and with this business model that when you know to pick it up. You never do really, I'll be honest with you, I don't know anybody that does too much in June and July, but what you do is you ramp up for those months, and there you go, July 22nd is our ramp. That takes us right into the fall, and then the fall goes into the leadership retreat. So we're going to be announcing that. The leadership retreat details are coming this week. You'll know exactly where we stand on that. That's going to be very exciting. And again, we're coming together as a family, sharing, caring, crying, loving, laughing. All these are major things that we need to continuously do. I take my hat off to Global Team. They've really put together a tour that no one else is doing in the industry. Again, we are on the hotbed of a lot of companies where they're like, what is the secret sauce of TLC? And I said, just watch what we're doing. No one's touring like this. It's not easy. I mean, it's exhausting, but the lives that we're changing on the road it's well worth it. And you're going to continuously see this tour go, grow, and change lives through the world. So get a part of that as well. Again, those are just some of my word for the day. You're going to continue to hear us more and more. I appreciate what everyone's going through as they're building TLC. We truly do. We know what's going on in the field. Some days are easy, some days are hard, but just know we got your back. At corporate, we definitely do. We're going to continue to do the right things, and we're going to continue to get to the Super Bowl. So again, have a great night. I appreciate it. You're going to get some announcements coming up very shortly. Kenny?
Hey, thank you, Jack. Jack, I just would like to ask you a couple of questions. I mean, seriously, like in the next, let's just say, going into December, January, where do you really see us, Jack? I mean, as a company, based on what's going on with us now, where do you really see us?
Well, we're on pace right now to hit $250 million in sales. So where I see us is we're going to continue to grow in the United States. Our growth is it's amazing. I mean, we're in probably, and I look at these numbers, and we're probably as far as head count, we're in the top 3 companies as far as bringing in the most customers and distributors on a weekly basis. It's, numbers don't lie. That's why I love them. And so with that being said, they continue to grow into the fourth quarter, and then taking December into February. Those are your, they call them the triple months. Those are where your head count starts tripling. Right now, we average between about 3,500 and 5,000 brand new customers and distributors a week. So when you start hitting those triple months, those are some big numbers. Probably 75% will come from the U.S. We did expand and launch Japan. That's a major market, and we're doing some other expansion into other countries, into Europe, as well as other countries in Asia. So forgot to say that, hello TLC Japan, those people are fired up, Kenny. They're putting in a couple hundred people a day. They're so excited to have a breath of fresh air like TLC come along.
Let me ask you this, Jack. I mean, as the CEO, especially as the kind of CEO that you are, that you're on, social media, you talk to everybody, which, Lakari and I have said, man, Jack, can you just please get off social media? And you say it over and over, Kenny and Lakari, I run this company, okay? I mean, but let me ask you this. Why is it that with everything that you have going on, why do the things that happen not bother you? I mean, how is it that you really keep the mentality that, it's just like nothing phases you, and, because you see things that no one else sees. So what is it that keeps you going, man, and why do things that, that come up? And because there are always things in the business that come up. So why you just never phase, man? What keeps you positive all the time? Seriously.
Well, just going through it, we've been, we've gone through a lot in the last 15 years, and think a lot of people realize that. I mean, you go through merchant accounts, you go through, you know, people leaving and starting their own companies, you go through distributors coming and going, products not necessarily working, or you have to take them off the shopping cart. When you go through that and it happens again, you're I don't want to say you're used to it, but it's part of the process. Again, as the CEO, I keep focused on our goal. Our goal is the Super Bowl. And when you're focused, everything else becomes white noise. And it's my job to always stay focused. No matter what's going on the outside, I have a responsibility to make sure that everyone that takes their time and contributes to TLC, that they get paid on a weekly basis and they get their product. And they have a chance to build a business. That's my responsibility. I don't take it lightly. So anytime you think that something might happen that's going to shake me, it just won't, because we're laser focused at corporate. We're laser focused with the leadership, and it's actually an amazing thing to have happen, because usually there's, you know, the balance is off. Somebody's not focused over here, somebody's not focused over there. But I think you've done a great job in North America with the leadership in North America. We have some other great leaders in Central and South America that said, listen, let's just all stay focused. That way it's very, very simple. And you don't get rattled when something goes wrong. It's business. We're going to have things that go wrong. I'm never going to get on a camera and tell you I'm not going to cry. And the reason being is because I'm looked upon to steer the ship. If I'm on camera and I'm crying, then you know something's wrong. So that's not going to happen from me. But I do appreciate that question.
So, you know, like in our growth, and, you know, we've been to the meetings in Dallas, and you've talked and been in private meetings with CEOs. As you've talked to the CEOs that have become billion-dollar companies, and that have become $500,000 companies, you know, because that's what I appreciate about you. I mean, you have exposed me, and you exposed the entire corporate staff, you know, to meetings like this that are very expensive, where you're talking to CEOs that talk about their growth and what they were going through. You know, do you see us going through the same things that some of these others, you know, like, just give an introspective of these CEOs when they were going from where we were, 150 million to 250 million. What were some of the things they were saying that you go through?
Well, you know what I loved about sitting and visiting with the CEOs on a regular basis. We have another meeting coming up in the fall. Is that at first, you know, they're a little, you know, standoffish until you get warmed up, right? And then when they tell you what they've experienced, I would tell you that we really have been very blessed. And what I mean by that is there's some true horror stories out there. There really are. There really are. So it made me feel better, like, man, you know, anything from logistics, shipping, merchant accounts, yeah, you know, taking down products, putting new products back up, or anything that possibly could go wrong in network marketing. I thought, man, we've experienced it. But I've truly heard some stories that make ours look like bedtime stories. I mean, I sat down with the Amway's grandson, and some of the stories he shared with us were just mind-boggling. But again, you have to see through it. You have to stay the course, and you have a responsibility to the distributors, the customers, all the TLC employees, and that responsibility doesn't come light. It doesn't come light at all. I mean, people are spending their time of their life, which is the most valuable commodity, with us to build a business. So you have to take that in your heart, and you have to do the right things at all times, and stay focused.
So, Jack, as you see, you know, as you see Global One Team, and you reflect back to when we first started, man, as you see now how these lives have been changed, you know, and when you come to these meetings, these regional meetings, which you attend each and every one, I mean, man, what's in your heart, man? How do you really feel when you see these people that, I mean, like 90 days, 120 days, that are 6 months, a year in, man, their lives have changed, man? How are you really feeling about that?
You know, this when you get in that room at a regional, let's face it. I'm always honest with people. It's not the easiest to travel. You're spending time away from your family. You're going to a hotel. It's not the easiest thing to do. But once you get in that room, that feeling and that emotion is amazing. So what that does, and I think it does it for you, and it does it for the corporate staff we try to get there. It does it for all the leaders. Is it rejuvenates you, right? You get that new energy again, and that's what these events truly do. Me on a personal level, it charges my batteries again. Every time I speak or go to a regional, it gives you another charge to the next one. When these people are telling us what they experienced, it gives you chills, it gives you goosebumps. But it's all the process, Kenny, and I've saw this in my mind for years before it happened, and then that's what you have to do to be successful. You have to see it first. So I'm part of that process. It's right now, but it still gives you those chills and goosebumps that you're truly affecting people in a positive way.
So, Jack, to to people who, and you've seen it over and over again, who really just don't get the big picture, and that come to you and say, well, Jack, that, I mean, that have integrity to say, look, I think I'm going to leave and go with another company. I mean, what is your perspective on that, man? What do you, what's your feeling on that? That people that really want to, just explore and go to another company. What is your feeling on that?
They're gone. And the reason being, Kenny, is because in any relationship in life, when somebody wants to leave, they're gone. It's just the way it goes. I mean, I don't want to sound harsh or cold, but we have too many people demanding our time, too many people that are trying to get into TLC, too many people that deserve our time. So when that relationship, when they do say that, in my mind, I just, I write them off because I can't be, again, we just have time is not our friend right now. And we have so many people doing tremendous things that deserve our time that when I hear somebody wants to leave, in my mind, they're gone and it's done and over with. And but that's in every relationship in life. Think about it. If one person wants to leave a relationship, a friendship, a marriage, or any other type of relationship, and that person wants to leave it, you can't really make them stay. There's nothing you can say or do, and that's just life. So that's what I teach, and it seems to be working for me.
Now, to the people that stay, and guys out there, I want you all to know that, I mean, Jack and I really said that this was really going to be a very short hangout, and this is not rehearsed, but, the spirit just compelled me, and I think Jack is feeling this too. It just compelled me to ask these questions. I don't have anything written down. I'm just compelled because I think these are some of the questions that people really want to know. So guys, I just want to preface that, But so Jack, like for the people that are going, because like you said, you always have that. And there's no company that has reached $500 million that has not gone through this. I think one of the big concerns from the field is that, they want to know those people that want to stay, and there are many, many more that have options to stay. They're not thinking about leaving. As always, the right people always do the right thing, right?
Yes, sir.
So the biggest thing is, what do you say to the people who looking for the company, because all they want is to be protected. So when they have people that are doing the wrong things, what do you say to the leadership and to the people that are saying, how are you all going to protect us, from the people who are doing unscrupulous things? And that's not a trick question, and it might not be a question you want to answer here and now. It might be a leadership question, but, I hope I haven't put you in a place where you're uncomfortable. But what do you say to the people who say, well, how am I going to be protected, because people are doing this, they're doing that? What do you say to them when you get those kind of calls,
Well, I understand, and I think there's a couple things that I could easily say, but if somebody's in your team or in your downline and they choose to leave, again, they're gone, or if they're wavering, if they're wavering, in my mind, they're gone. And it's sometimes it's hard because you do build relationships with these people. You spent time with them. You've mentored them. You've experienced new things, especially if you've been together for a time. And but it's not necessarily a bad thing. And the reason being is because when they leave, usually something always better happens, and it goes in life and relationships as well. I mean, I think, I would say most of us have the first person that we met we necessarily didn't marry, and then you look back and you say, man, thank God I didn't marry that person. So network marketing reflects life so much. So when that person wants to leave and they're gone, they're gone. But usually there's 10 more people that are demanding your time, and you didn't realize that until that person left. You truly didn't. On the other hand, we're literally in the process of putting things together to let you know we do have your back, and we will do the necessary things that will protect you or make you feel protected, because we definitely want to protect our distributor base. But on the other hand, on more of a human to human, man, just you gotta let them go. And I'm telling you, there's going to be 10 or 20 people that are going to be like in your face saying, "Oh my gosh, I have now I have your time. Now you can help me build and help me develop and help me become a better person and change my life through TLC." It happens over and over. I mean, we started getting emails last night. Can I come back? Or I didn't really go, or in that type of situation, it is very difficult because we've brought so many new people to the table. Really, obviously under your you pushing United States, Kenny, we have so many new people that are having success in network marketing that really never even knew what network marketing was before, and we have so many people that never had success having success, and then when something happens, they really don't know what to do, and you feel bad for them, but it's a learning experience for all of us. It truly is. So you didn't make me feel uncomfortable at all. Again, because people have to hear from us, and we have to let them know the way we feel. But at the same token, probably we might have had this call a little bit earlier, maybe like last week or 2 weeks ago, and address this. But man, I mean, we're on fire. I mean, we're number 2 in the world. The calls and the people that are joining us outweigh so much of the negative things that we go through. We pay attention to the positive. We pay attention to what's going to help TLC. If anybody calls us, if it's not going to be a positive suggestion to help build our company, because this is all of our company, TLC belongs to all of us, we don't have a lot of time for it. We truly don't, because there's so many people coming aboard. So I hope that answers that.
Yeah, it does, Jack. Now, the final question to the people, to our leadership, and not just to the leadership, because we have a lot of people here at TLC, man, that just love this culture. What do they have to look forward to, man, from us, man, in the next 90 days? And nothing specific. We don't want to give away any secrets, but man, what is the spirit of who we are? But what is it, man, that they really have to look forward to, man, being, going through the process with us? Because I think that a lot of people don't respect the fact that I don't care what it is you do. To have success, it is a process. You started in a basement. When you left the basement, you went to another facility. You went somewhere else. You didn't go from 0 to 150 million overnight. There was a lot you had to go through. I think a lot of people don't appreciate the process of recognition, the process of being on a stage and speaking. There's a process to that, But the people that are here that are really 100%, man. You were in Miami and you saw people, the same people that fly, converge on different cities, man, that come. What do we have to look forward to, man? I mean, because I know, and just so you all know, I'm 57. I'm not looking for get rich quick, and look, I'm looking for something very solid. But so I understand, because I have the benefit of talking to John LeCarry and Jack on a regular basis. A lot of people that are on this Hangout, you all don't. So this is why I'm asking them the questions that I'm sure you want to ask. But Jack, tell me, man, what do they have to really look forward to, man? Where are we gonna be, man, in the next year or two, man?
Well, it's pretty simple. I mean, everybody could see our process and our progress, and all we're doing, we literally are following a business plan. We're not, there's nothing secret or magic about it. So what you're going to continuously see, you're going to see the new branding, the new website, new products, improved of the old products, and constant and continuous improvement in every aspect. Logistics, shipping. We're putting in a process right now where we can literally open up a country, get them paid, and get their product in their hand very, very quickly. The internet and technologies enable companies like us to really thrive through the whole world. I mean, and sort of take it over in a nice, timely manner and a nice, timely process. So what you're going to see is you're going to see a culture change where we're going to be welcoming other countries to these events, other languages, expansion, but also keeping our core growing in the United States. I mean, we continue to grow in the United States like no other country, and I think we always will. Continuous evolve products, continuous evolve compensation. You have to reinvent yourselves. I mean, I study the history of network marketing all the time and continuously on a daily basis. I'm just a knowledge freak when it comes to this, and you can see what happens to companies. You can see what happens to startups. You can see what happens to the companies that go up like a rocket. Why did they come down? And my true belief is they didn't reinvent themselves. They got comfortable. They stopped working. They thought what they had was going to keep the person's attention forever. But times change. Internet. We hired a marketing team for the internet, marketing team for film, marketing team for our back office. You're going to see literally where you're going to be able to tap in and be able to market the TLC opportunity in the most professional way ever. And the new brand was just the beginning. The most exposure you're going to see in Atlanta is a full-out brand takeover. I mean, we're literally going to take over the market with our new branding. It's simply amazing. So the things that we're putting in place are always going to be cutting edge, Kenny.
Thanks, Jack. And I hope you all really paid attention, because again, this was not scripted. It was supposed to be Jack, just coming on and pouring his heart out, but he never expected this question and answer. But like I said, the Spirit just intervened, and this is real. But guys, this is what I want you all to understand. This is a natural progression. Again, you have to become a historian of network marketing and really look at different companies. And if you really look at them and understand their progression, and this is what people who earn high 6 and 7 figures do. If you ever want to get to the point where you're earning 7 figures, you have to be a student of the game. And you have to really understand the progression of different companies. If you really look at the history, you see that what we're going through, you wonder why I'm so excited. You wonder why Jack is so excited. Why Lakari, who, if anybody was in, who was in Miami, you saw Johnny smile. He lit the room up, okay? Okay? Because if you know why we're excited, this is not just foolishness. We're not fooling anybody. Listen, we're excited because we are going through the same things that the companies that went from 100 million to 500 million have gone through. So we know we're on the right track. We're making the right stops. And we understand, Jack and I understand, and we understand that it's not about who we lose, it's who we gain. When you look at the Robert Deans who just went national, congratulations, Robert. When you look at Jared Wilkins, who's been over here operating under hell, who went national, who's on his way to global. When you look at Anna Quintera, who's over here been operating under hell, who has elevated and escalated. And these are people over the last 6 to 8 months that have joined us that are elevating. So, and these are people that are top-notch leaders in the industry. When you look at Damon Coleman, who Jack referenced, listen, you're gonna get a chance to see him, because if he's not gonna be global, he's certainly gonna be national. But he's a strong regional right now, hitting his rank every month. When you look at the Derwin Penn, I mean, we have so many strong people. The Dana Newsom, when you talk about the Sandra Pitt, we have so many people that you all haven't even heard of. So it's never who you lose, it's what you gain. And when you look at the kind of people that are joining us, man, things are happening in divine order. So when you think about where we are, what's going on, I will tell you that sometimes the tongue is very powerful. You can breathe life into something that's lifeless. You can breathe life into something that's lifeless. Listen, don't worry about who's going. It is a blessing. Listen, what is going on for me is an absolute blessing, because I want to congratulate them for going on, moving on, having the courage and the guts, because it takes a lot of courage and guts to move on and try to start your own thing. I want to congratulate them for having the courage and the guts to pull it off. And I want to congratulate and listen and tell everybody that is elected to move on, because everybody's journey is different. Everything is seasonal. There are people that have been Jack with TLC but for a season, and this season is up and they've elected to move on. And you and I have had the discussion that, listen, we wish them the very best. We really do. And we're not focused on that. We're focused on the people that have remained. And this should be a lesson to you, because if you've had people that have left you, if you don't know why they left, that's a problem. That's tragic, because you should understand, that means you don't have a relationship with those people. Everyone knows that our absolute leadership, I have a great relationship. Well, let me not say great, but I have a relationship. I know the personalities of everybody. Why? Because I care about them, and it is important that I feel what they're feeling. I have to be able to communicate with them. I have to feel them, and that's very important. So if you have people who have just made a decision to move on and you don't know why, this is a lesson in your growth. You have to pay attention to this and not look at them and say they're the bad people, because they're not the bad people. It's that from a business standpoint, there's something that you didn't do. There was a breakdown in your communication to the point where they didn't think enough of you to sit down and let you know they were going to leave. Okay? Because they all have an option to leave. But we're doing some great things. Listen, Atlanta, Miami was crazy. I got to tell you that Atlanta, they're going to be some bombshell announcements in Atlanta. They're going to be Jack, and with Jack and I, Jack and I are two peas in a pod. The thing is, the only difference is that Jack is who he is and I am who he is. There's a color barrier, okay? There's a color difference, okay? But okay, all right. But we're two peas in a pod, because we're so excited about the announcements we're going to make in July in Atlanta that, man, we want to spill a bean so bad. But we can't. We have to temper each other. I mean, we really want to share it tonight, but we can't, because these things these announcements, these new products that we're gonna release are so hot that it's hard to keep it a secret. But we're going to. So they're going to explode in Atlanta. Atlanta's going to be crazy. We know that people are last minute, and that's cool. But listen, get your tickets now, because I promise you're going to be disappointed, because we don't have 5,000 seats this time. We only have 2,000 seats, and we only have like 600 tickets left. So where does that leave you? Don't call us begging and crying and say, can we give you a favor, because we can't. This is a whole different ball game. We're moving to another level. The great thing is, in Atlanta, you're going to hear some new stories. Like typically at the events, we've had stories. You see the same people. At this event, you're not going to recognize anybody you see on stage except for Jack. Okay, and he has to be on stage every time. But you're not going to people that are going to be training, and that's how you know we're growing. So, guys, it's been a pleasure. You want to go to Global One Team Atlanta, globalOneTeamAtlanta.com. I think, Rocky, I hope that's right. globalOneTeamAtlanta.com. All the information. Look, we have listen, Friday night is specifically for directors, executive directors, and regionals, and nobody but regionals, executive directors, and directors will be speaking that are having success, and they're going to teach you how to go to the next level, and we're going to be doing recognition. Is that right, Jack?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we're going to be giving out what?
Recognition.
Anyway, it's going to be recognition. We have some surprises for people. It is going to be recognition to the 10th power. So that night is for the little bit of training to teach you how to go to the next level. And it's going to be recognition. But directors, regionals, executive directors, it is your night, you know, specifically. Saturday is going to be next level training. And Saturday evening is, listen, it's the biggest party in the history of party. We're going to party. We have TLC Talent Night, where we have about 4 acts that you all have voted for that are going to be performing, but we have some local talent that are going to be performing, and then we have a DJ out of this world. We're going to party like it's 1999, and listen, if you're 57 my age, you understand how important it is to be at a party like 1999. Guys, listen, we love you all. We appreciate you all. Listen, we're going to a whole nother level. We are a 16-year-old company, you know, that is growing. You know, we're going to see 17, 18, 19, 20, and I'm going to tell you that when we hit, because nobody ever thought we would hit 150 mil, you know, but when we hit the 250 mil, those of you all that are performing and that are contributing, that your lives are going to be forever changed, and the people that you lift up, their lives are going to be forever changed. My life has been forever changed. My wife's life has been forever changed. My mother's life, because of TLC and me, has been forever changed. My mother-in-law's life has been forever changed. My children's lives are forever changed. You know, we're waiting for you. We have a total life change waiting for you. Believe it's going down, okay? Hey, we love you guys. We're checking out. Hey, the end of the week is coming. You know, so listen, go get busy. Go do some home parties. This is all. Jack, you got anything else you want to say in closing?
No, sir. Thank you for everyone making it on here, and we'll see you soon.
See you soon. All right. Peace out. Later. See you, Jack.
Bye-bye.